Hi, I'm Brian Murphy from Invacare, and I've been fortunate to be part of the Invacare Top End Adaptive Sports Chair video series. With me again today is my good friend, Vincent Mimosier from the Cleveland Wheelchair Basketball Cavaliers. Vincent, welcome back.
Thank you.
So when we spoke to Vincent before, he came to us. He's using currently a Top End Pro basketball chair, which has worked very well for him through a lot of hard competition. Am I correct?
That is correct.
Okay. But when Vincent got started, he wasn't really sure of his exact sizes and dimensions for how he wanted that chair to perform. So the Top End Pro basketball chair is great for a beginner because there's a lot of adjustability and adaptability that allows the athlete to dial in that perfect fit. But I think you were talking about some of your teammates that over time, they've shifted to more completely rigid chairs where everything is fixed and welded because they know exactly where they want to be and where they want to sit.
Correct.
All right. So you had mentioned before an interest in the Schulte model chair. And the Schulte model chair, it's the Top End Schulte 7000 series basketball chair.
Yes, a lot of my teammates currently are in that
Good
model.
That's good to hear. So we do have one here today, and you'll notice if you look at this chair, it looks very similar to the chair that you're in now, but there's a lot of specific differences that lend a little bit more performance characteristics to the product. So if you have a second, let me point some of these out to you. I know that you've already seen them with your teammates, but I just want to make sure you know what we're going to measure you for today.
Okay.
Okay? So if you look, again, very similar in frame. They both have the welded offensive wing on the front. But if you'll notice, on the Pro Series chair, your entire seating system is bolted onto the lower frame. And the reason we do that on this particular model is, again, it allows for continuous adjustment so you can really dial in the seating position that's best for you. Now that you've been playing for many, many years, I'm guessing you've been locked into that particular position for a while.
Yeah.
You don't make adjustments on the fly.
Not anymore. It's after the first couple years, it did actually take a few movements, and that was what was nice about this particular model was the adjustment, and it really did take about 2 or 3 years to really fit into where I wanted to be.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's why we kind of recommend this particular model, not really for beginners, but you were an intermediate to advanced player, but you're still trying to find the way you fit in that chair and find a seating posture that allows you to perform the best.
Exactly.
Okay, so if we reference the two products, if you'll notice here, you have the adjustable hardware here on your seat. You have it in front and back, and it allows you to adjust the front height of your seat and the rear height of your seat. We talked about introducing squeeze into the chair before,
Correct.
which is going to lower your backside down, make you a little bit more stable, and give you better balance on the court.
Correct.
When we fit you for the Schulte series of chair, you'll notice on here, all of the features that are adjustable on your chair are welded on this chair. So instead of having the hardware underneath the seat that mounts to this bar, it's just one continuous piece and it's all welded. Because at this point, we know exactly where we want to sit you in the chair. We're going to know what your front desired height is. We're going to know what your rear desired height is. We're going to know what your camber requirement is. And we're also going to know what your center of gravity preference is. Now on this chair, the one thing that is adjustable is you still have the option to adjust your center of gravity. But if you love the way your chair is set up right now, we can just lock it in and fix it on this model. So Vincent, on this particular Schulte model, I just want to point out a couple different things how this individual person customized their chair. So you will have different options for your offensive wing in the front, and when we go over the order form, I can point some of those out to you after we do your measurements. You will have some different options for your foot plate, and again, the foot plate is going to be adjustable in height to dial in a perfect fit for you. This individual, if you'll notice, they chose to have a tapered front seat because the way they sit, they like to keep their legs in nice and tight. I noticed that you use a strap on the front of your legs. Would a tapered front seat benefit you?
Actually, it would. I think that by having it tapered, it allows you to be really a part of the wheelchair. So it allows your legs to move in even a little bit tighter. The reasoning for the straps is because I don't have that tapered front end. I mean, I probably still would have the straps, but less. It would pull my legs in a little bit tighter.
Yeah, and you know, you and I talked before off camera about side guards. You don't have any side guards on your chair now, I noticed.
I actually, on this series, they wobbled a lot. So having it fixed would even be that much more to where you'll be rolling down the court and then you just happen to catch the side guard as opposed to it being welded in would be
Sure.
a huge benefit.
Yeah, and I know we talked about that, but I just wanted to show you what it looked like. So the welded side guard on here, this is a fixed piece fixed to the chair. So we talked about your balance going side to side. I think if you have a model where it's tapered and you have the fixed welded side guard, that's really going to lock you deep into that pocket and allow you to compete in some more competitive battles.
And that is the most important part of having that upgrade, is that I won't be able to be bunched around and flop over basically right in the middle of a game where it's really hard with just the straps or just the less fixed side guards. Having that solid frame, you're really going to feel comfortable and tight.
Gotcha. So just remind me when we do your order form, let's make sure we get those on there. Okay. Just like in your chair, you had talked about the dual anti-tipper. This particular model has the dual anti-tipper. There'll be a couple different options for that as you see on the order form as we go. But you told me before you prefer not to have the single anti-tipper just because of the way you compete.
Correct. It really does have that less chance of falling backwards, and having that double, you really do feel comfortable with leaning back if you need to, and it's really there to protect you.
Gotcha. Well, we're going to make sure we put that on the order form for you. Now, this one has a fixed back on it also, so again, it eliminates any additional parts. And again, talking about locking you into the particular seat, you'll want the fixed back on that. I did notice on your chair, though, you started to have some fraying in this area on your chair where the back cane meets the upholstery. Is that a common thing for basketball players?
It is one of the most common things, is especially over years. I mean, you're rolling, you're moving, and just that wear and tear.
I asked you the question because at Top End, we've come out with a kind of a solution to that problem. What I have here, this is an example of another backrest we have. Don't know, you could probably feel this right here, but what we've done is we've capped this with leather on top. So the part that would wear through is now reinforced with leather. And the piece of the back cane that comes up is generally squared off. We put aluminum in there now, so now you have a rounded aluminum piece. That's what's going to come in contact underneath here. So you'll have less chance of wear because of the leather and a lot less chance of bruising because of a back cane sticking into your back.
That's definitely a benefit.
Yeah, so when I saw the back of your chair, I said, we're putting this on your new order. So Vincent, one of the other very important measurements on the Schulte 7000 series chair from Top End is the wheelbase measurement. I just want to point out when we measure for the wheelbase, what it is that we're measuring. And we're really going from this point right here, where your rear wheel attaches to the chair, all the way up to the front of the front caster. So that's going to be your wheelbase measurement from here to here. Now, since you're the athlete, and you're the one who asked about a custom chair, why is wheelbase important? How does it matter in the life of a basketball player?
Well, it matters about your abilities. As we started off with the classification. I'm a class 1, so I kind of need a longer wheelbase so that I'm not going to fall forward as much as, say, a more able-bodied person is going to want it nice and tight, because it allows the chair to be even that much more, have that much more agility with the chair. So it might move faster, it might turn faster, and you want that smaller. So I might want that smaller, but being with my classification, I'm going to want that a little bit longer of a wheelbase.
So I guess it's fair to say that depending on your trunk stability, you would determine your wheelbase based on how much balance you have in a shorter or longer wheelbase.
Correct, because when you're getting really into the banging and the I don't want to bang and fall forward as easily as somebody that might be able to get right back up into their chair. So it allows me to stay in my chair and stay upright as opposed to being on the ground.
Which is never a good thing.
Not really.
So I think you told me that this wheelbase was pretty solid for you, so when we take the measurements of this chair, we can transfer them onto the order form for the Schulte model.
Correct.
And then you'll get the same wheelbase that you have now. All right, sounds good.
Perfect.
Let's get you measured up.
All right.